wow, another day, another Reddit. And you know what that means? Another lazy content. And
I thought you said a bad word.
and look, we're no longer like two cameras. I can do this now. Whoa. See, look at that.
Just see the anger.
Just fucking all you hear is
he's nearly touching my face.
But yeah, the Reddit might be a bit small. We don't really know how to do this.
It is a bit of a scuffed setup for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scuffed setup, but if you don't mind, we don't mind. And don't worry, it's only for like 4 days for these videos.
Yeah.
So you can deal with it, I guess. So yeah, this is a new family with no links needed. Because obviously the biggest complaint now is they bring in a character and they go, "Oh, you're David Wicks's great granddaughter." Woo, that was never mentioned, but woo. And so that is why a lot of people are
the Mitchells, the new Mitchells brought on in. Yeah. They are the Mitchells. Well, I mean, the Panesar was a new family. The only tie they really had was Ash, who was already there, and she was with Ikra. So, and I guess the Taylors as well. The Taylors were also, they didn't have any links.
Yeah, but who would give it? Oh, the characters as well, technically.
They had Shirley.
Yeah, but it was only really Shirley.
Was Tina ready? Yeah, was she ready there?
I believe the story goes she joins in like October 2013, and then they obviously do. Oh, who are you with? Ooh, spooky, and then it's obviously the characters are technically a newish family as well.
Yeah.
The Knights, I guess, is a new family.
I mean, the Knights are different. They're related to the Beals, so.
Yeah. Well, except for George, he's not really.
Yeah, but he's related to Cindy in a sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I mean, it's one of those kind of, I don't know. It's a weird thing because if you want a new family, you want a new family to be incorporated to the square, and it helps if they have family already there, like how the Knights settled in much more. When, oh fuck, they're related to the Beals, goddamn. So that obviously helped a lot more. But also, I can understand the want for a completely different family.
The problem is if you bring in when you do a TV show and we're going to make a unique TV show, it's not going to be a sequel, it's not going to be a prequel, it's not going to be a fucking threequel, it's going to be a new series. It might be set in the same universe, but it's a new series. And then it bombs, and you're like, okay, so the 80s show didn't work, that 90s show will work. It's what I believe happened with the Taylors. The Taylors are like the new Slaters, but we still have the Slaters.
Yeah.
So it you know what I mean? It works.
It's like, okay, Slaters, you aren't poor anymore until you are.
Yeah, so I can see both sides of the argument, but I think if you want to bring in a new family, you do want to elevate them by going, they're related to the Beals, they're related to the Mitchells.
I mean, it was the interesting thing when Cindy was brought back, where you bring back Cindy and then it kind of becomes more of a thing, because it's like, okay, Cindy comes back, she's back from the dead, but who does it affect? Yeah. And if it was how it started, it would have been Bobby and Ian, but Ian already knew, so it would have been Bobby and Kathy. So at that point, it's like, okay, so Lucy's dead, Stephen's dead. Who the fuck cares about Cindy Beale? It's not a big deal if no one knows who the fuck they are.
Yeah. And obviously you do have some of the old recurring characters and newer, but again, if you bring a new dynamic to it, it works. But I can also feel the need if you want a new family who have no links. You could do it, but you have to try and not just Karen Taylor it. You don't give a shit for 6 years, and then like, she's leaving, give her Julia's fame. She'll be back, well, but give her Julia's fame.
Yeah, like, it's one of those weird things, because obviously you introduce so many different, like, new characters a year. It then becomes quite hard to the fireworks being picked up. Fucking better not.
It doesn't matter. That's gunshots. We're in the ghetto.
But when people don't like new characters. People don't like new characters. So if you introduce a new family entirely, you run the risk of people saying, fuck this show, it's just the insert family. Like, how many times this year have we heard, it's just the Knight show, it's the George Knight fucking show, it's shit, it's family drama, who cares? Like, you know, you have the duality of a soap watcher where it's like, I want new characters. What about Penny? I don't like Penny. Why? She's a bitch. Okay. All right. We've introduced this other new character, Elaine. Do you like Elaine? No. She's shit.
She's like Peggy.
But I like Peggy, but I don't like Elaine.
But yeah, it's a double-edged sword when you look at it, because you please the people who want it or you don't. But at the end of the day, people will complain about anything. Like you can literally say, "I like putting jam on the toast first, then the butter," and people will be like, "How fucking dare you? You're as bad as this insert politician here. You're as bad as him." And then it's
that is pretty wrong. The butter, it adds the fucking, makes it slide better. You know what I'm saying? Right, you don't add the jam first and then put the butter on top, making a little fucking balayage of butter and jam. Fucking butter highlights in the toaster's hair. Fucking.
Fuck are you saying this? We're talking about how to jam your toast.
Or butter it, alternatively.
Yeah. Unless you do chocolate bread and butter, then you're a nutter. My uncle used to do it for me.
Alright.
It was decent.
I'm just trying not to cough my guts out. Also, I'm at the tail end of a cough, so if I'm a bit, like, my throat's a bit wrecked, or I start coughing, I'm at the end of a cough, and to record this, we don't have a noise gate on the microphone, so
if I drink
picks
tea,
up everything.
If I drink tea, it's going to pick up my gulp, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, great.
But to wrap it back around, though, I do think we will get a new family in the next year. Because the new executive producer is going to want to make his stamp on the show, and no executive producer takes over and doesn't have their main fucking bread and butter, what they want to do with the show. So, time will tell. Who knows exactly what it's going to be, but if I had to guess, probably will be a new family next year. Because, Clenshaw had the Knights. That was his baby. He also kind of reunited the Beals and made the Beal Knights like the Beal Fowlers of old. So, yeah.
I guess I'll read on. So this, by Snow Cherry 5, hopefully not by the Snow Patrols. Whenever a new family joins the EastEnders, they seem to have a connection to someone else in the square. I think the Panasons, probably the last new family that didn't. I think it would be great to introduce a brand new family with no links whatsoever to anyone, and from a community we don't often see represented. I don't know why my fucking nose is itchy. I pinched my nose.
You're suddenly doing it.
I pinched my nose the wrong way, and
How did you pinch it the wrong way?
I don't know. I scraped it, and then it's just a hurted, and I was like, what did I do? I'm not doing cocaine, by the way, so I'm not like, when I'm doing that, I'm not going take another line, Sorry for that loudness.
You'd have the nail for that.
Yeah, probably the last family that didn't. I think it would be great to introduce a brand new family with no links whatsoever to anyone, and from a community we don't see represented, like East or South East Asia or South American. Is the South like the rednecks?
No, like South America is like Brazil, Peru.
All right.
Not Mississippi, even though that is the South in America.
George Knight, what are you doing on my lawn? You're in England now, lad. Get out. You're in England.
But places like that.
Yeah. London is sold at first. The possibilities are endless, and a brand new family will be a breath of fresh air, given all the tangled connections they are in the square.
I mean, I don't know. Not to fully just say what we just said before, but with there not being that many family ties, you run the risk of the family being very isolated. Like, with the Panasars specifically, they're still dealing with all the niche stuff, but it's only them dealing with niche. It's only when, Barney gets involved with Avani that there's more than just the family dealing with that story. And people don't really like it too much.
What was the family that, because obviously we talk about it because he got escorted off the set.
Oh, the Ferrarias.
Yeah, no one remembers the Ferrarias. They only remember them because their dad got fucking escorted out like he assassinated someone.
Yes.
He got escorted back to his country.
He had the wrong immigration papers. And some would say it was supposed to be like the progenitor of the Six, in a way, as they were all going to scheme to kill their dad, cover it up, and it suddenly would come out over time. With that family, what a fucking bond.
Yeah, no one remembers the Ferrara families. No one barely remembers the Taylors except for Keanu and Barney, and maybe the other lad. I forget his name. Tegan, I think his name is.
Keegan,
Yeah, Keegan, not Tegan. So yeah, reading on. This square is becoming inbred. We definitely need new characters. Someone mentioned the Taylor's flat is empty. As the flat below, so there is room. The flat below the Taylors was Ted and Joyce Morrie's flat, wasn't it? Originally it was. I think Mitch and Bailey lived there before they fled to Spain.
I'm pretty sure they made it. They combined it in a sense. So it's people loving like fucking hell.
Fucking inbred, am I right, lads? A little bit of outside blood is a good thing. Otherwise, they'll need to rename Albert Square to Incest Square. I love this season.
Sorry, you need pause for dramatic effect. What an absolute zinger that is. Look at that. It's funny because it's saying that they're all fucking each other. And they're all related. They don't know how
families fucking work, like. Just because your dad shags your man doesn't mean they're related. Unless it's your sister, like. Unless it's your dad's sister, then it's fucked up. Like.
Why is it sounding like if your uncle if your nana balls, she'd be your uncle, but she doesn't, so she's not.
And then hold on, I need to add the 2024. Well, in bloody 2024, they're all like that fucking wokeness.
But yeah, like, look, people. The only thing remotely close to what the incest stuff that people talk about is the Bobby and Anna relationship, because you know, Ian is Bobby's dad, and Cindy had kids with Ian, but they're not fucking related because they're not related. They're not all fucking each other. It's not like fucking
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's not like Game of Thrones. They're not trying to imbue the fucking. It's not like Phil suddenly having a kid who has like a fucking fresh mane of hair. Obviously, kids don't come out just bald as fuck. Imagine how depressing that would be. Yeah, I'm Phil Mitchell's son. Yeah, I can tell he's not had hair since he fucking was born.
But yeah, yes, one of the traders would be, I believe. I'd love to see some random families start popping up in the background for a month, and they're slowly introduced as a family who've been living at number 47, whatever the house, for years, and just kept themselves to themselves until now.
I mean, this is a bit of a. This is me kind of being. This is a bit tongue in cheek, but like people would just say, "I can't believe this trader storyline's been dropped," because they fucking would. You know, at times you see it where it's like, "Oh, well, I guess they've dropped this storyline for now." It's like, you went on a break. This has been the main storyline for like 4 months.
What's the thing from Friends? Everyone says Ross and Rachel on a break.
But just fucking, I don't know, man.
But one of the traders will be ideal, assuming that the market survives.
It will.
But good point. It's Shrimpy's long game. The families. Do you want me to read the zebra one?
Yeah.
Maybe they could bring in an East Asian family. Perhaps the man has a job with the police department, so he does know a couple of people on the square.
Also, important to note, they have Mrs. D.I. Zhang, who is the fucking East Asian police detective. They're writing themselves in. So yeah, I'll fucking do that role.
He's coming in with a referee. He's cashing in right now. The families that spring to mind are the Millers and the Taylors. But upon reflecting, Mickey Miller, I've no fucking clue who he is. Since introduced,
that's just Joe Swash.
Oh.
You know, they were the Taylors before the Taylors.
Was introduced as a friend of Spencer Moon. The Taylors were living in Walford Towers prior to 2017, so it had some link to the square already.
I mean, they didn't really have link. I mean, the Taylors didn't have links to the square really. They're just all kind of acclimatized to it quite well, and they just made enemies with everyone. Like, I'm pretty sure in Karen's first scene, she twats Sharon in the face with a fist.
Oh, I thought it was a dildo. Thanks.
Classic EastEnders.
Yeah, obviously those dildos. I really wish Paul's grandparents never left. Yes, we need Pam and Les or Christine back.
Christine can stay in the past. We can all forget about Christine.
Love Pam. Even with the pan sauce, Robbie had met Phil in prison and asked for staying at Ikra. Families that appear out of nowhere, and this goes across all subs, rarely receive so it's becoming rare to see them come in now, but have some existing links. Generally, they seem to drip feed characters and then build families around them once they're a bit more established. I don't mind that so much. I'd rather a slow growth family than continuously adding relatives to existing families.
I mean, let's just take it as it will. the new Mitchells, I'd argue, are quite popular and have become fan favourites quite quickly. But how did they do it? Well, they introduced Stevie first and kind of established him as Billy's kind of shit dad who abandoned him. And then you kind of go, okay, there's a lot of baggage here. Now Billy has a dad that he never knew about. And then he kind of spends his time conning his way and actually being quite sound. And then suddenly, oh shit, you got a brother. Yeah, and you got a brother and like, what, nieces? Nephews. You got nephews you didn't know about. So it's kind of a... Like, by doing that, it meant that there's a lot of ground you can cover whilst you still want to make the new Mitchells a new family, which they are, because they're not like any other Mitchells, really. Like, you know, Teddy's a bit fucking bougie. He's a bit more affluent than fucking Billy is, isn't he?
Fucking gunshots, Jesus.
The fireworks.
Shh. I think you live in a rough neighbourhood.
It is bonfire night.
I'm recording this, yeah. My granddad comes out once a year on bonfire night. No,
but to fully want us to, he's distracted himself and fucking hell, the conversation stuff. I'm still talking, bitch.
All they're gonna say is just.
But I mean, the Panasars weren't well received at the start either. 'Cause look, everybody loves the Panasars now. When it was fucking Kirat, Vinny, and Jags, fucking Jags.
Jags is the fat lad, isn't he?
He's the fat one, yeah.
He's dead now, isn't he?
He is dead.
Oh.
And when they are introduced, fucking crickets, everybody's like, who the fuck are these guys? And Vinny's never really stepped up beyond that point. Jags fucking died quite quickly, and everybody went, he's the worst actor they've ever fucking had on the show.
There's been quite a few.
And Kirat, who was loved in the... Well, I say loved. I still thought he was kind of ass the whole way through. But some people really miss him. Some people really love him. But even then he took a long while to become an actual fan favourite. And Suki wasn't really particularly well liked until they started teasing that she's a bit gay.
Bit of the gayness.
Obviously, she realised she's fully gay and a proud woman-loving lesbian. So,
yeah.
Fucking...
Like a butterfly with wings, just spread.
Slay queen.
Point
being, it's hard to introduce a new family without any existing connections. As much as people want it, at the end of the day, you reject most new characters anyways. So adding a character who has no previous links is a bit of a fucking ball ache. And it's also much easier to create something that's related to something rather than create something that's fully fresh and fully new.
And just reading on, no initial links. Inevitably, some ties invented after the fact, long lost relations. Did the Slaters have any connections when they joined in 2000? Big Mo had beef and previous with Pat, didn't she? Yeah, Pat. Why? Yeah, Pat was Big Mo's former sister-in-law. Before they joined the Square, so Mo Harris herself was technically a return to Abra Square, although she never ever actually appeared on screen before, who had brought her deceased daughters, Fave's family with her, i.e. Charlie and the Slater sisters. And
obviously the Slaters mixed in with everyone, because I hate that.
Unless you're Leslie Grantham returning.
The Slaters like to make themselves at home.
And unless you're Hayley Slater, then... And let's just say, unless you're Kyle Slater, you're being left out unless you're me. I remember you. With your flaccid Willie.
That's out of pocket. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that buckled me. Or bring in the family for Tracy and Shrimpy. Promote them to regulars and get them up. But I think that ruins the point of Shrimpy, because you want Shrimpy there when it's like, oh no, Dave's sick, he can't play the piano. Who's that over there in the corner?
It's Shrimpy! Shrimpy's back!
You know, and then obviously with Trace, it's like when this is a weird comparison, but I don't get it. It's like when Stan Lee appears in Marvel movies and then you point at him and go, it's fucking Stan Lee. I feel like that's Tracy, where it's just like, holy shit, it's Tracy.
She's here.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like when Stan Lee appeared in all those movies and then you spot him and you go, oh.
Look, Tracy's been on the show for like 30 years. If they were going to make her regular, they're going to make her a regular. they were probably going to do it now. Let's be honest, she's probably better as a regular. Like, sorry, she seems lovely. I'm happy that she still gets paid money to be there. I'm happy that she's got like a kind of... But it makes it more fun because, you know, she occasionally slips in the little details, like how she once pumped Phil Mitchell and said he was the best shag she's ever had in more BBC One words.
Yeah, like, yeah, they're fun cameos to have, and Easter eggs. Like, if you know EastEnders, when you spot them, it's fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, and there we are.
Yeah. You're right, bud.
But it's just the sore throat and all. But it's still, like I said, it's an interesting one. Yes, I would like a new family, but also I still think there's a lot to go with all of the other new families. Like, you know, you had the Bakers, and you had Felix and Finley and Mitch, and you had Avery, and it's like, okay, these guys gonna do anything? Oh, fucking hell, they've not done anything, have they? Great. Like, it's just such a... Sometimes you have plans for characters that just fall over. It's like Emma. Fucking Emma probably could have been a leading character on the show if they did, but it seems like she got fucking ill, and then everybody went, she's a bit fucking weird, isn't she? And everybody went, maybe we don't need to see her ever again.
I wouldn't mind Patsy kind of coming back like in 2 years, going, Phil, you have a child, because obviously there's two people's sperm that's pretty good on the show. Well, one was, he's deceased now, Dirty Dan and Phil Mitchell. Can I have kids with everyone? Unless you're Angie with Dirty Dan, then sadly you can't.
No.
So yeah, like, I wouldn't mind her coming back. Obviously, she's well remembered in Watching Walford lore, if you follow us, because it's the one thing we bring up when she threatened a child.
I mean, that was one of our breakthrough episodes where we start talking about her threatening a child. She goes to a fucking playground and just goes, look, you've been dealing with my Alexi. How about you? Fuck off.
No, she goes outside the school ground.
Yeah.
It's not actually
same thing.
Oh, yeah, I guess. It's just imagining she's just standing out there and the local perverts beside her like, oh, regular Tuesday for me, isn't it? How about you, love? First time here? Way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Reddit. And we will see you in the next one. And we're going to have some lovely Welsh cakes now. So thank you for watching.